segment. This season is all about the layering, which is practical, but it's also a styling and a fashion thing. But how do you do it without looking like a drowned rat?
It's really an interesting thing because it's right.
Yeah.
It can be overwhelming. It can add size. You have to know how to do it right. And what we're going to do is talk about different figure types as well, because this is not easy for the petite person, nor is it easy for the plus person as well.
Right.
So I went into Talbot's and we're talking about petites. Now, there's a few really important basic things I think everybody has to understand when we're talking about size. One is it is great to shop in a store that is dealing specifically with your figure type, whether it's petite, regular, or plus, because things are actually cut with your figure in mind.
Which is always going to fit you better.
Then remember, if you want to add size somewhere, perhaps through your hips or your bust line, lighter colors, okay, make things bigger. Darker colors minimize. Right. Remember, patterns add size.
Yes.
Okay?
I knew I should have gone with a white shirt.
So there are some very basic, simple things to keep in mind when doing that. But proportions are essential. Okay. You can either get completely overwhelmed, as I said, or you can add size when you don't want to. So here in the petite, as you can see, I love the color of the skirt.
So do I.
Bringing attention, bringing pattern where maybe perhaps you are a smaller bust line and you want to make it feel as if it's, you know,
bigger.
There's more size and bigger. It brings attention. Here, layering works beautifully because it has this lovely soft vest. And then I love the little jacket on top, seen as well proportionately just above, you know, just at your sort of hip bone. And you get a really nice balance.
So if she had gone for a longer jacket, it might be a little bit more overwhelming.
It might be
you
a
have
bit,
to think about your size.
If it's not cut with petite in mind.
Right.
So, and I was in Sherway Talbot's is great with a petite section, which is wonderful.
Okay. So let's look at our middle girl here and so the tips to make layering work for her.
This is really, you know, this is an average size for maybe a 6 or an 8 or 10.
Yeah.
Okay. And where I really wanted to make a note was in these almost like a, it's like a jogging pant slash pajama pant kind of look.
I love the joggers. I'm all about them.
It's so comfortable. It's great and it looks great. But again, just remember, you may be fuller through the hips. Right. Okay. You don't want to get these so big that in fact it doubles your size. Right. Okay. And if it's darker and you're trying to minimize through the hips, darker is better. Yeah. Okay. Something like this, it's not a pattern, but it just has a little bit of flex. I like the drawstring, but just make sure that you don't buy 4 sizes too big and you look like you're really lost in them.
Right, and don't think you're going to hide under all of that fabric either, because it doesn't help.
That's right, right? You're not. And then just, you know what, I like the feeling of tucking this in because when you get a fuller top, and you now throw a fuller top on top of that, now you're looking like you're drowning. Right. So actually what I did is I did that shorter crop jacket and I tucked that shirt in, but I softened the shirt, just like mine. So it doesn't look too tight and you look relaxed. Right. But it looks, you can see the pants, you can get your hand in the pocket and it feels comfortable.
There's still some structure going on, which is important when you're layering.
That's right. Okay. Now we go to plus. Plus is also an interesting because very often women in a plus size, with a plus size figure or bust line, try to cover up and try to do layers. And for this season, that's even worse because what you're doing is adding size and adding bigger layers. So I went into Tony Plus, which I love, and they have beautiful things. And this is a really nice example of how you can keep the line going from the top of your eye right down to your feet. So I picked this beautiful soft gray. Now what's nice about this cardigan, it has the length over the hips. So your eye keeps following right through, and then the gray continues right down through the pant, whether it would be a black pant or a gray pant. You get this really nice neutral palette. And again, this is sized with your figure in mind. Okay? Not too big, not too flowy. That's right. It's really important. And then I added that lovely color through here. So that's really where your eye goes. It goes up to your chest, it goes up to your face, and then everything else is just becomes, because of the color following, a long, lean line. Right. Okay? Often I see with plus figure women, they add huge patterns or they'll add white and light colors. Yeah. And that really is fighting against them. Right. So you add the light colors where you want the emphasis to be. Where you want to, when you want to make something seem bigger. Right. And the dark where you want to minimize. Got it. That's it. That's how to add bulk without looking like the Hulk. That's right. And looking lost. Yeah, you want to get lost in there. You don't want to get
my coat's eating me.
Exactly.
You're going to love this. It's that time of year again, the Designer Shoe Warehouse sale. It runs this weekend, so until Monday, October 12th. There will be over 30,000 pairs of designer brand shoes, including Vince Camuto, yes, Sam Edelman, Jessica Simpson, many more. And guess what? You all get a gift card for a free pair of shoes!